Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear brother. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nanshi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? So I am an illegal gold miner in our country. They call us Mkorokoza, working in the mines, and I am working in Mazowe. So for years I have toiled and I have been digging up for gold, and each and every day when I go to dig for gold, I am always risking my life, and all this that I have to do, I do it because I love my wife, and I am always trying to make that big risk, thinking that maybe I can have a chance at a better future, because I do not want my sons to suffer like the way that I am suffering. But in this quest for riches, it has brought me nothing but fear. And it happened about a year ago during one of our night shifts. We were deep in the mines here in Mazowe. We were a small group, a small syndicate, working together so as to extract as much gold as we can. So like these days, what is happening is that at the gold mines, it is not the miners, as the illegal gold miners, that are making money, but the rich people, those ones that can afford to buy the mining claims, those are the ones that are making money. So you can be extracting as much gold as you can, but at the end of the day, then those that have money and connection, those are the ones that are making money. But back like in the past, we used to hear that there were some people that used to make money, but now it is very difficult, and we are always working scared, trying to take as much as you can before the authorities can come and arrest you. So whilst we were working, like the work, it was really hard, very hard. When you are down there, people just think that when you are an illegal gold miner, all that you do is that you go underground, then you just work, and when you come out, you have your gold, and then you do whatever that you want with the money. But inside the shafts, sometimes the air, it is always thick with dust because of the explosives sometimes that we use, and it is always wet down there, but we are used to it. This is the hardship that we have to come across. This is a way of life for us. So on that night, when we were working in a particularly deep section of the mine, a place where the light from our headlamps even could not reach the walls, the deeper we went, the more uneasy I felt. But I told myself that it was okay. I was doing this because I love my wife. I was doing this so that I can give my sons a better future. And all that we were thinking about is we are here to make money. We are here to make money. This is what pushes us as illegal gold miners. It does not matter from where you come from. When we go down there, we know that it is a matter of life and death. All that we will be thinking about is our wives, our sons and daughters, as well as us making money, not to worry about superstitions. When you are down there, you do not think about witchcraft, demons, God, or anything, because when you are down there, even God cannot save you. As we were digging, one of my friends struck something that was really hard, a sign that we might have hit a vein of gold. We were all excited, and he kept on saying that we had found it. Excitement spread throughout the group, and we dug faster and faster, eager to see what we had found. But my brother, as we cleared away the dirt and the rubble, we uncovered something that made my blood to run cold. It was not a vein of gold, but it was a body, a human body that we had found. And at that time, this man, he was lying face down in the dirt, his clothes torn and stained with blood. His skin was pale and cold, and his hands were clenched into fists. He had been stabbed, the wound deep and brutal, and from the look of it, he had been dead for a while. The others backed away in fear. Some of them, they were whispering prayers, saying, God, please forgive me because of what we have seen. But I could not move. I just stood there looking at that dead man, and I felt so scared. I had never been scared in my life. We did not know who he was or how he had ended up there, but it did not take long for us to realize what had happened. because the mines now are very dangerous. The mines are quite a dangerous place to be, not just because of the risk of collapse or of the lack of air, but because of the men who work there, because there are always fights. Like I told you that now as illegal gold miners, we have been squeezed tight. We are no longer making a lot of money. So we are always fighting for space. There are always fights over gold, over territory, and those fights are quite common. People, they always disappear all the time. This man, we thought he had likely been a victim of one such fight, murdered for the gold he had found. The others wanted to leave, to abandon the mine and forget what we had seen. They were saying ingozi kai, meaning that we had came across a man and he was going to come hunting for us as an avengeful spirit. But I could not shake the feeling that the dead man's eyes were on me, even though they were closed. Something in the dark, silent space had changed, and I felt as if I was being watched. We buried the body quickly, covering it up with rocks and dirt, and we swore to each other to never speak of it again. But as we left the mine, I felt a presence that kept on following me, something that kept on pressing down on my chest. I tried to ignore it because I felt something heavy on my chest and I was really feeling cold. So I thought that maybe I was going to get like some flu, or it was just my imagination. But I knew the truth. The dead man's spirit had lashed itself onto me. At first, it was just a small thing, and then each and every night when I'll be walking around, I was even scared to walk around alone because I kept on thinking and feeling like there was someone who was always walking with me. So I kept on trying to fight it. Even when I'll be drunk, then I would have these nightmares of a man trying to grab me, and then the guilt started and the voices that I started to hear. Up until this day, sometimes I even think that maybe I am a madman because I can just hear a voice, a very loud voice, and the voice grew louder and louder, telling me that I have to confess, telling me that I have to go and find its relatives. So, Brother Nashi, the more that I have been hearing this voice, up until now, I have managed to ignore this voice. But the problem that I am facing right now, I have become so violent, and I am so violent towards my wife. I loved my wife so much. I never thought that one day I'll end up beating my wife, but it was just last week. I had gone to drink and to play some snooker. So whilst we were there, I just felt so angry. I just wanted to beat someone up, and I then returned back home. I was drunk. So when I was drunk like that, when I walked into our room, and I then went straight to bed with my shoes on. So she was like, why don't you have the decency just to remove your shoes so that you can go to bed? And I said, what did you say, you unrespectful woman? And I woke up. When I woke up, I actually controlled myself because that loud voice told me to grab a knife and to slice her neck open, and after that to drink her blood. I had to fight. I screamed so loud. She even panicked because she could not understand the reason as to why I was screaming, whilst I had my hands closing my ears because I did not want to hear what the voice was telling me. All that I could do was to punch her. I punched her a few times and then I stopped doing that. So I am now scared that this spirit, this avengeful spirit, the more that it speaks with me, the more it is going to make me to murder someone. I do not want to go to jail simply because I saw a dead person down there. I am not the first one to see a dead person in the mine. So why is this spirit doing this to me? We were many when we saw this dead man, but why is it punishing only me? Please, if there is anyone who can help me to chase away this spirit, please do so. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear brother. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.